What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to my first and probably only ever unboxing video. My name is Grim. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the video. So I recently purchased this amazing dice set off Amazon because I'm on a Dungeons and Dragons kick, and I wanted to, like, what Dungeon Master doesn't have their own dice, And because I'm DMing, I wanted a pair of dice. I apologize for my cold. So let's get started with. So right off the bat, nice embossed cover. I don't know if you guys can see the thing or not, but yeah. Let's pop it open. Yeah. Okay. Nice inside this one. Nice interior. First up, we've got this. Now this seems to correspond with the symbols on the, so for example, that fist right there, you can see it's right there as well. Sorry, it's right there. Pretty cool. So this is basically, like, again, saying I haven't fully read the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica yet, but I'm assuming this dice has some significance to that. I have the book, haven't read through it though. So yeah. Then we've got the D20. I'm not gonna lie, I really thought these dice would be a little bigger, but it still feels good to roll dice. Feels really nice. It's got a nice finish to it. Although it's like some parts of it's got these issues where, like, the internal dice design is kind of blending into the numbers, so sometimes you have to, like, pick it up and look carefully to see what the number is. So. But it's small problems. This is being nitpicky. That's a D20. This rules the entire game. Any actions or attacks or skill challenges or anything you do is used with this dice. So those not familiar with D&D, D20 is one of the most important dice in the game. In fact, it is the most important dice in the game. So you got one D20, and then we've got, I believe, yeah, it's 4 D6s. So whenever there's a word that says it's D something, as usually it's a dice, which I think is pretty obvious, and these are D6s, which is a regular playing dice that everybody knows and uses in all their regular board games. We got 3 D6s and D20. Up next, we are going to get the D12. So a D12 is the dice of barbarians and certain spellcasters. For example, the cleric using Toll of the Dead rolls one of these for damage. Again, simple, D12, which means it's a 12-sided dice. Feels so good to roll these. It feels so nice. That's the D12. Then we have the D10. So for all you warlocks out there, Eldritch Blast, this is what it uses. A nice solid D10. So yeah. And of course they've got differentiations between the 6 and the 9, so you know which one is which. And of course 0 is 10. So as the reason it's 0, I'll explain why in a second. So yeah. So that's the D10. Then we've got the D8. So again, 8-sided die. This one rolls a little less, but of course, as per usual, the flat surface here, which is on top, is what gives you your number. So in this case, it's a 2, or a 1, or a 1 again. The problem with the D8 is it doesn't roll, so it's difficult to roll, but just gotta hope it lands on what you want it to land on. It's like a luck thing. I mean, dice generally are luck, but gotta be careful about it. But yeah, because it doesn't like roll over when you're rolling it, so the idea is for you to just throw it up in the air and hope it lands on what you want. Yeah, it's not bad. D8, pretty cool. A lot of the caster classes, in fact, majority of the classes in this game use this as their hit dice. As for hit dice, I don't have the time to explain all the mechanics of D&D to you, but yes. Then we have the D4, this Illuminati-looking motherfucker. So whenever you roll the D, on this dice anyway at least, the bottom number is what you're getting. So as you notice, it's 3 all around at the bottom. So whenever you roll, I got a 4 on that one. So always remember, on this dice specifically. Most other dice, they have numbers on each corners. So whatever numbers, like, so if you roll a dice, and whatever the number is on top is usually what it is, but in this case, it's a number on the bottom that you want to look at. So yeah, got a 1, got a 1 again, got a 1 again. It's so hard to roll these because you don't roll them. You just like, you got to like throw it up in the air and hope it lands on what you want it to be. But yeah, like these ones, it's pretty much like foregone as to what you're going to get if you throw badly. So this one on the D8, little tougher to get the dice, the rolls that you might want. But yeah. And finally, percentile die. So if you notice, this goes from all the way from 10 to, is it 00. So basically how this works is, percentile die essentially comes into effect for certain magical effects. For example, like wild magic, or even the wand of wonder. So there's a table in the player's handbook or the Dungeon Master's Guide, which has percentages of chances of things to happen. So it all happens in, well, 10 to 100. Actually, 0 to 100, sorry. So whenever you were asked to roll percentage die, you would pick up a D10 and the percentile die, and you will roll that. So right now, this is 98. The number is 98 because it's 90 and 8. Now it's 95, I believe. Yeah, I think 5 was the one I was on top. But yeah, so whenever you roll percentage die, you will go to the table and look at what the effect has happened of the roll you made. Sometimes amazing things happen. Sometimes you can cast a level 3 fireball at your feet as a level 1 player. So, it's full TPK or something cool happens. TPK means total party kill. But yeah, so this is my first ever dice set for Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm very proud of it. And now that I've caught the bug of rolling dice, I am going to be purchasing a lot more dice from Amazon, because I got this from Amazon. And like recently I just did like a whole run through of Amazon to see what dice were available, and they have a shit ton of dice. So I am going to be perpetually broke for the rest of my life because I'm going to keep buying dice. Because the other reason also why is that eventually I hope that once the pandemic is over, and certain places are opening up again. For example, like my friends run this place called the Board Game Lounge. I want to run D&D sessions there. I want people to come in, and I'm sure most players, like initial players, they won't have access to dice. It's not their thing. Like, why would they have dice? So I should have at least a selection of dice that I can give out and say, okay, yeah, this is going to be your dice for our session. If you want to keep playing, please get your own dice. Otherwise, if you're going to take my dice, be very fucking careful with them, because if you lose a dice, you owe me money. You lose even one of those dice, you're going to buy me a new set. That's how that's going to fly. So anyway, thank you guys all so much for watching. Remember to hit that subscribe button down below, along with the notification bell. Like the video, share the video, and comment down below. And I'll catch you guys next time. So from me to you guys, till next time, peace out.